Today, we discuss the case of Charlene O'Banion, a prison guard whose inappropriate relationship with an inmate named Parker drew the attention of detectives.
So we're detectives, we're not like internal affairs or anything like that. So what is being investigated could be a criminal investigation, and it could just be internal. But I tell you that to tell you that this is a voluntary interview. If you don't want to talk to us, you're welcome to walk out at any time.
Okay.
Having said that, let me see here. We were notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker.
Acting on a tip regarding Charlene and Parker's covert connection during his time at Conroe Montgomery County Jail, detectives launch an interrogation. Parker, already incarcerated for firearm possession and resisting arrest, seemingly possesses traits that appeal to Charlene.
I don't know anything about it. I mean...
Do you know who I'm talking about?
He's in pod 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I mean, he's just a trustee that we have, around, and that's it.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
No.
Not at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that cell phone number you gave me, is that a cell phone or a house number?
It's a cell phone.
Okay. Do you have any other cell phone numbers by chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Where are you typically assigned in the jail?
It depends. Sometimes I'm in pod 5. Sometimes I'm in, like today I'm in E-Quad. Sometimes I'm in E-Quad. They kind of just all move us around.
Okay.
The detectives, armed with information, question Charlene, providing her the chance to share her perspective. However, she opts to fabricate lies instead of acknowledging her actions, missing an opportunity to spare herself from an uncomfortable and awkward interrogation.
And where is Jacob a trustee at?
I think he's in laundry. I've seen him in laundry. I don't think he's out on the floor or anything like that.
Okay. And where would you think that, like, this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Okay.
And he got out of here for I don't know what period of time, and he tried to contact me on Facebook, and he sent me a message, and I blocked him on Facebook. And I guess one time Parker was going back to B-Quad to use the bathroom, and he was talking like at the window with me, like at E-Quad, because I was in E-Quad. He was talking through the window, and I guess Coker like didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And I don't know why, like he went up to, I don't know what was said between them, but he went up to Parker and said something, and then Parker ended up went back to the laundry, and Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her, or something crazy like that. And I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, whatever, like, because he had already returned. Like, he was out and then he returned, and when he was out, that's whenever he tried to contact me. So but again, I never spoke to him or anything like that. And I mean, that was that. I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, don't listen to him, and that was it.
Okay.
So.
Charlene tries to navigate her way out of the situation, understanding that, in most cases, it would be her word against the detectives. Whether she premeditated the story or constructed it on the spot, the detectives remain unconvinced.
So, I'm just not trying to be rude here.
Yeah.
Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago, I'm just trying to get where you're getting at there. You said you were kind of expecting something like this.
I don't know why, like, this, I'm wondering if, like, Coker maybe said something, like, to get him in trouble or me in trouble. Like, I don't know if that's the only thing I think that's, like, related that has anything to do with Parker.
The situation takes a significant turn when the detectives reveal their knowledge of Charlene potentially violating the Prison Rape Elimination Act of 2003. This act expressly forbids sexual abuse in prisons, encompassing inmate-on-inmate assault, staff-on-inmate misconduct, and any staff-inmate sexual relationships. Charlene's response to this revelation could profoundly impact her fate.
So, I was kind of told of this about, what do you think, Chris, about 45 minutes ago? So I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from. But I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there was jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. Well, I kind of know that you're not, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you. You kind of get one shot at this of being truthful, and people. Perception means a lot in criminal cases and internal cases. It's a huge deal. It sways people to do a myriad of different things, and this is kind of your chance to paint your own image.
Yeah.
So, can you kind of tell me what's going on?
Despite maintaining her innocence and denying any relationship with Parker, the detectives remain unconvinced.
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't, it wasn't anything like that. And that was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say y'all talked, kind of dated a little bit before you started working here?
No, he was never my boyfriend or anything. I just knew him from the world.
Okay. So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature now that he's here?
Oh, no. Now that he's here, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's never been like phone sex or anything like that. That's not. But we all joke around. We all make that's what she said type things. But it's never like.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone.
I just mean conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Subsequently, it is revealed that Charlene and Parker were involved in over 400 recorded calls, detailing their encounters within the prison and plans for their relationship post-Parker's release.
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point. Is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was in the world. But we never dated. We just.
Okay. But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both
out. Yeah.
Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
But it was. We never had sex or anything. It was just kind of that.
You gave him oral sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was before I knew he would end up here, or that I would end up here, or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm sorry to get in your business, but the allegation's been made, so I want to have as much detail as I can
right.
to say either way.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you think that was about? I know it's going to be hard if it was a couple of years ago, but.
Let me think. I want to say in the past 3 years.
While Charlene insists on her innocence, emphasizing that their interactions occurred before Parker's imprisonment, the detectives remain skeptical. Charlene's narrative evolves from minimal contact to admitting regular phone conversations, further heightening suspicions. In their quest for the truth, the detectives decide to unveil their secret weapon, intensifying Charlene's discomfort.
A recording of just the most recent call for us to listen to. And kind of my intent behind that is, I still don't feel like you're coming out with the whole thing. So, like I said, I'm not trying to badger you or nothing. I just think that it's important that we know exactly what happened. So initially you said you kind of played it off like you hardly knew him.
I mean, I didn't say I knew him. I just.
You kind of stood there and thought.
Oh, right now.
Parker, yeah, I think he's in pot 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I just looked in the system. There was almost 400 calls. So between y'all.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? Kind of how it would seem from my point of view.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I hesitated a little bit, but
Like I said, no judgment here. I just want to know the truth. That's it.
And I mean, yeah, you're right. I should just.
So before we go into all this, do you want to just tell me the truth?
Yes, I hesitated to admit that, but
Despite knowing the detectives possess evidence of every call she made to Parker, Charlene persists in denying any wrongdoing.
What?
I really wasn't. I really wasn't like tripping about not making a store this week because I've won the last 3 games in a row.
You crazy, baby.
Crazy about you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Stupid.
Did you just call me a stupid?
No, that's what you sounded like a while ago.
No, I didn't say eh.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, maybe just a little, but I didn't sound that. You exaggerated.
That's stupid.
Dude, I need to clean up my fridge.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm putting the leftover macaroni and cheese in the fridge.
Oh my god.
Even though we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're not gonna fucking eat them.
I am.
In 2 weeks, you're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like a fucking science experiment in that refrigerator.
It looks like that right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not that bad, but yeah.
Oh, I'm on your ass.
I need to clean that fridge out. I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Even as Charlene insists that their involvement happened years ago, the detectives observe her discomfort, evident in her crossed legs, an unconscious attempt to shield herself. The subsequent moments reveal intimate details that further discomfort Charlene.
Are you supposed to?
I mean, you're stuck with me regardless, but
Oh,
I want
okay.
you to I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Hmm?
Super fine.
Oh,
Super.
oh God.
You are fine, baby.
Hmm?
You are fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a live ass head game. Oh my god.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Meh, meh. Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about
Yeah.
that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you felt me. I was like soaking through my clothes.
You're like what is that word? Like when somebody just always like can get horny like at that, I guess that.
Yeah. I get very horny very easy. Like I always want to have sex.
Good.
Like that's not even, huh?
Not good.
I mean, I feel like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm horny. No, like of course, like I only get horny for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pause
I'm
this
not
for a
just
minute.
like, oh my god, look, I just got some.
You kind of see how that sounds from like my point of view.
After playing a recorded call, Charlene persists in denying any prison-related incidents, attributing the references to events from 3 years prior. The second detective takes charge, emphasizing the limited time Charlene has to come clean.
Questions coming to mind, Chris?
Yes. So I've noticed one thing, and I want you to understand this about both of us. Both of us are veteran homicide detectives, okay? I've been doing this a while.
Okay.
All right? You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the blowjob from 3 years ago. I find that hard to believe, okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done.
Eventually, after nearly an hour of questioning, Charlene breaks, providing details of a specific incident in November 2021.
Yeah.
And honesty is the only thing that's going to help you with us. So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Then what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the back part of the
In the back part of the quad? Okay. How long ago was that?
I don't know, a few months ago.
A few months ago? How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Since April this year? Was he already here?
He was right here.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been here?
I
Don't know. Okay.
don't know. Not at the top of my head.
So a few months ago, you gave him a blowjob in the back of B. Is that correct? And that's B quad, correct? Were there any other witnesses to it? Okay.
No.
I'm just wondering because
Like
you work.
people standing around while I'm...
Well, you work days, right?
Yes.
Were you working days at the time? That's why I'm asking. Was anyone around? Because I mean, everybody's up in daytime.
Right.
It's not like the jail's locked down.
Charlene admits to an inappropriate act of giving Parker oral sex, marking the only sexual moment between them since she began working at the jail.
Oh, man. I'm going to ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up to me. Internal Affairs is aware of the allegations, and they will probably their investigation is separate from ours because there's.
Despite the gravity of her abuse of power, Charlene receives a surprisingly low sentence of 100 days in prison, possibly due to the consensual nature of their relationship.